Hello, dear friends. Some beneficiaries of prosperity programs have been rejected by the QFS for lack of integrity, as they talked about spirituality but only wanted to line their own pockets. Opinion piece: a complete reset, hot August, human crisis, prepared for silence. The final storm is here. Underground operations, prevention of civil unrest, cybersecurity dominance, returning financial sovereignty. Digital warfare is under control, rebuilding everything they destroyed. What lies beneath the ice is supernatural. Let's start. A reset of everything means a profound and systemic transformation of the political, economic, and social systems worldwide. This implies the notion of a complete break with what came before and starting over again, retaining virtually nothing of the previous state. Ultimately, a reset of everything means seeking radical solutions from global governance to the production model and the social contract to address challenges that can no longer be solved with gradual or traditional measures. It is the idea of rethinking and rebuilding the world from its foundations. The debate over the global financial reset divides experts. It will be the beginning of a more just era or a dystopia of surveillance and control. I have a feeling there could be a global collapse. Blossom, Godchild, and other channelers have been announcing it for years. The most important thing to remember, if it happens, is that the good guys will be 100% in charge. Anonymous message: Washington is full of sharks. We catch them all. Fishing is fun. Street protests have already begun, and the mainstream media generates a negative reaction to the Washington takeover, according to Michael Snyder. According to Sierra, every year we were promised a hot August. Every year we eagerly awaited the month of August. July was 4 weeks of suspense. September was the big disappointment. Not this year. Promises made, promises kept. Power never announces its true intentions. It speaks in code, on ceremony, in the careful placement of words that mean one thing to the masses and another one to those who understand the architecture of control. Except of the ones channeling. Now that the matrix is crumbling, a new format for society will emerge, and the plan has always been to build it consciously and by everyone. This requires a shock. Something has to happen that captures the attention of the masses uniformly. What can be said with certainty is that there will be a moment, a series of moments, that no one will miss. It will be the result of the combination of humanity's deepest desires with its creative potential. What is leading to it are the many movements taking place now. What follows will be a reset of everything. Crisis. Crisis in the Human Being by Yeshua. Collective thinking is at a dead end. Its limitations are increasingly visible, and there is a crisis in many areas. This manifests itself in environmental disasters, weather change, poverty, wars, and political struggles. But beneath this crisis lies the root cause of all this, a crisis within the human being. The greater this crisis becomes, And the more humanity runs into walls, the more, paradoxically, an opening to other possibilities is created. There is a universal loving energy presented around the Earth's field. It wants to flow, but that flow does not occur magically, but rather through the human being, especially through your heart. When the heart is open and awakened, the door opens to receive this power of love that transcends the earthly person. As this love flows through human beings, miracles can emerge in the form of special and unexpected events and effects. Recent news: underground operations. Special units have taken over underground facilities in major cities around the world, including Washington, London, and Berlin. These strongholds are now under control, packed with surveillance equipment and servers. Media blackout. Major news networks are under control, the tech giants and social media. Propaganda will be annihilated, giving way to the unfiltered truth. CEOs of these networks have resigned or disappeared in recent weeks, knowing what is coming. Strategic power outages. Power grids in urban centers are set up for controlled outages, ensuring the dark side agents cannot use backup systems to interfere with transmission. Intermittent outages are expected. These are not accidents, but measures to ensure the integrity of the EBS. The EBS will release hidden files, more than 50 terabytes of classified documents, witness testimony, and more. Evidence will be revealed of how the Davos Forum, Bilderberg, and other elite circles manipulated the economy and governments for their own purposes. Laboratory neutralization. Special forces are dismantling hidden laboratories that were preparing biological weapons. Labs have already been seized in Eastern Europe and Asia. Cybersecurity dominance. White hat hackers have taken over the dark side's servers, nullifying their control over stocks, cryptocurrencies, and infrastructure. Digital warfare is under control. Civil unrest prevention. Checkpoints will prevent riots orchestrated by the dark side. This is a temporary measure, but necessary for security and order. Stay alert. The final storm is here. Economy. The federal income tax and corporate tax are gone. The old debt-based model is dying, replaced by a wealth-driven, asset-backed system that decentralizes control and returns financial sovereignty to the citizens. Executive orders, cryptocurrency reserves, and blockchain integration have been in place for years to dismantle the Fed IRS complex and transition to a Treasury-issued gold-backed dollar. This transition relies on blockchain, artificial intelligence, and quantum technology to create a transparent and fraud-proof financial structure, free from the inflation of fiat currencies. Globally, nations are freeing themselves from the domination of central banks and adopting asset-backed currencies and decentralized finance. Redemption is not the goal, but rather access to rebuilding all they destroyed. The new treasury dollar will be backed by tangible value, gold, silver, and strategic resources, not promises. Blockchain networks like XRP Layer and Accelerate will offer instant, secure, and borderless transactions, eliminating the intermediaries who profited from your labor. The era of centralized banking is coming to an end. The question is not whether this will happen, but how prepared one is to live in a system where their wealth is self-custodial, tax-free, and inflation-proof. The golden age is no longer a distant idea. It is unfolding in real time. There is an XRP buyback window to stabilize the transition paths. Values are reflected in quantum accounts without public order taking. The rainbow coin moves where the intention is cleanest. Waste triggers restrictions, not punishments. Some beneficiaries of prosperity programs have been rejected by the QFS for lack of integrity, as they talked about spirituality but only wanted to line their pockets. What is what is this really? Recovery was the door. Restitution is the key. Restoration is the work. They turned out lives into layers. We are turning the layers back into life. Clean water networks, sovereign food, healed bodies, educated children, and communities with a light that never goes out. You asked what comes after the blackout. This, the quiet hum of a world rewriting itself, not with speeches, but with a million precise acts of service. Keep your field steady. Invest with intention. Build from where you stand. Ukraine. Zelensky's inner circle accused of massive corruption. Trump offered Putin rare minerals from Alaska and Ukraine in exchange for peace. The Alaska summit is scheduled for Friday, August 15th, but it's not a photo op for a handshake. It's the platform for a negotiated surrender that will allow the return of eastern Ukraine to Russia in exchange for dismantling biological laboratories and closing trafficking corridors. On August 10th, 2025, Vice President Vance made it official, in quotes, "The US has ended funding for the war in Ukraine. No more billions disappearing into the black hole of foreign aid. No more laundering taxpayer money on a battlefield. This goes beyond ending a war. It means dismantling the last pillar of a post-World War II order, cemented in perpetual conflict. Ukraine was never a charity. It was a money laundering center disguised as a democratic project. At the heart of this liberation is the quantum financial system, quietly activated in the spring of 2025 and backed by gold recovered from Vatican vaults, Ukrainian deposits, and African reserves. The QFS is already replacing the SWIFT network. Once the Alaska Agreement is signed, Russia and Eastern Ukraine will adopt the QFS, with countries like Hungary, Brazil, and India preparing to join the GISERA framework. The end of fiat-based war financing is no longer a theory, it's a reality. Cutting off funding to Ukraine isn't just a policy, it's the trigger for a full-scale reset that will topple the globalist order and replace it with a sovereign system backed by gold that they cannot manipulate. Antarctica. Putin's words in his recent interview with Tucker Carlson revealed secrets beyond imagination, a conflict of power, technology, and hidden truths that have been buried from public view. What really lies beneath the icy depths of Antarctica? Could it hold the key to completely changing our understanding of reality? Imagine cutting edge technology, ancient mysteries, and momentous power struggles converging in one place. This isn't science fiction, it's the struggle for the future. Antarctica isn't what we have been told. Beneath the ice lies technology, massive unidentified aerial phenomena that harness zero-point energy, something that defies everything we have been told. These tools could alter reality itself, and they are not here for humanity's benefit just yet. It's not about power. What lies beneath the ice is supernatural. The technology found there can transcend dimensions, connecting communication with realms beyond. Biblical and other ancient mysteries are linked to this force, fiercely guided by those who have understood its power for centuries. As wealth presidents and elites scour Antarctica in search of hidden knowledge, the White Hats prepare for an ultimate showdown. The elite will not give up easily, possessing resources and powers that extend beyond this world. But the White Hats are approaching, armed with truth and determination. The battle now being waged is more than a simple conflict. It is a fight for the very essence of humanity. The coming revelations will change everything. We stand on the brink of a new era, where everything we thought we knew is about to radically change. The shadows are dark, but the light rises. It is in the icy silence of Antarctica, a power awaits, not to be feared, but to be understood and unleashed. This is a journey through hidden truths, a call to account. The forces of light and darkness prepare for a final confrontation. When the dust settles, the truth will emerge and the world will never be the same. And that's all for today. Thanks a lot, dear friends.